Since 1933, the FDIC has provided safety and security for consumers like you who deposit funds in our nation's financial institutions. FDIC deposit insurance has enabled consumers to confidently place their money at thousands of FDIC-insured banks across the country and know their funds are backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government. The FDIC provides bankers and consumers with resources to understand deposit insurance coverage for the different account ownership categories. Examples of ownership categories include single accounts, joint accounts, revocable trust accounts, and certain retirement accounts. You can determine your deposit insurance coverage at any FDIC member bank using the Electronic Deposit Insurance Estimator, which is also referred to as EDIE. This online tool allows you to calculate FDIC deposit insurance coverage on a per depositor, per bank basis. EDIE can be useful in determining FDIC deposit insurance coverage for either existing deposit accounts or hypothetical scenarios that you may be considering. EDIE can also be used to generate a printable report of your FDIC deposit insurance coverage. In using EDIE, you will select from one or more of the most common deposit account products that banks offer, such as checking accounts, savings accounts, money market deposit accounts, and certificates of deposit. Some banks offer their customers financial products or investments which are non-deposit products. The FDIC does not insure non-deposit products. Some examples of financial products and services that are not FDIC insured include mutual funds, stocks and bonds, annuities, life insurance policies, safe deposit boxes and contents, municipal securities, and lastly, United States Treasury bills, bonds, or notes. Now that we are familiar with what EDIE does and the products that are insured by the FDIC, let's listen in on a conversation between a banker and a depositor. The banker, Amanda, is using EDIE to demonstrate to a depositor, Mr. Smith, how to calculate his insurance coverage. Let's listen in.
Hello, Mr. Smith. It's good to see you again. As I mentioned on the phone, I've been researching tools available through the FDIC to ensure that your deposits with our bank will be fully insured.
I really appreciate you taking the time to find out if my money will be fully insured. I know your bank is on solid ground, but you can't be too cautious.
I definitely understand your concern, and I have found a variety of resources on the FDIC's website. The one that I'm most excited about is the Electronic Deposit Insurance Estimator, or EDIE for short.
Amanda, how does EDIE work?
I can show you on the FDIC's website.
Great.
On the EDIE home screen, click the Use EDIE Now button to begin. I want to show you the Resources section of this page. You can click on the Glossary of Commonly Used Terms, the Page Help, and EDIE Security, which lets you know that this system does not require personal information such as your account numbers or Social Security numbers. So the great news is when you're using EDIE, the system does not pose any risk to you. There is also a Summary of Changes link that provides the most recent rule changes for FDIC deposit insurance coverage.
Wow. I never knew you could do this. This is really helpful.
Yes. You told me you have approximately $500,000 that you would like to deposit with our bank. The EDIE calculator will let us determine whether all of your deposits with our bank would be FDIC insured. It will also tell us if any portion exceeds the coverage limits.
This seems like a really valuable tool. I'm anxious to see the results.
All right, great. So the first piece of information being requested is the bank name. You can either enter this information manually or click Bank Lookup. This information is important because EDIE only calculates coverage for one bank at a time. Let's just use our bank and manually type ABC Bank. Next, you will click Personal Account. Mr. Smith, if at any time you're unsure of what information to enter into a field, place your cursor over the field name or the What's This link, and you will find information to help guide you. Click Close to remove the Help link box when you are done.
Okay, that's good to know.
Next, select the ownership type. I know that you and your wife would like to have a co-owned account with our institution. So from the drop-down menu, just click Joint, No Beneficiaries. Now, enter each person's name into the owner's name fields. Since you and your wife are clearly alive, make sure you click Yes after the question, Is the owner living? You must answer this question because when an owner passes, this can affect the coverage amount. Also, the EDIE report will not allow you to continue without answering this question for each owner. For the account nickname, let's use Smith Joint Savings.
So, I'm just curious. Why do I need an account nickname?
When entering multiple accounts into the Estimator, this field helps you keep track of your accounts in the report. Okay, let's type in the account balance of $500,000 and for the account type we will click Time and Savings. Then you will click Add to the report and then Calculate Coverage. This will provide us with a concise recap of the funds that are insured and whether any funds exceed the coverage limits. See, Mr. Smith, you and your wife each are insured for $250,000, which means the total is insured for up to $500,000. There are no uninsured funds.
So, we can have that much money in your bank and all our funds would be fully insured?
Yes!
Thank you so much for sharing this information with me. I feel relieved to know that my money is insured and appreciate the ability to keep all this money at one bank. I want to continue doing business with your bank and work with my favorite banker.
Aw, thank you. Would you like to have a copy of this report for your records?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay, let's just click Print Report at the bottom of the page. Oh, I almost forgot. If you have any questions about deposit insurance coverage and I'm unavailable to help, you can go to the top of the page and click on Deposit Insurance Frequently Asked Questions. Clicking on this tab allows you to view questions that most consumers have about deposit insurance coverage.
Thank you, Amanda. This is very helpful. Also, is there a way that I can speak to a live person on the phone at the FDIC if I have any additional questions about EDIE?
Yes, just go to the Contact Us tab for the toll-free number to speak with a deposit insurance expert at the FDIC. You can call the FDIC to review deposit insurance questions during normal business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If your deposit insurance question is complex, ask to speak with a deposit insurance expert. They are available to assist Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also submit any questions that you may have about your deposit insurance coverage by email using the FDIC deposit insurance form.
Thank you again. Now I feel confident that the money I place in your bank will be fully insured and can rest better knowing that my funds are covered.
I am really glad that I could assist you.
This concludes the EDIE Overview. We hope this information was helpful. If you have questions, please contact us at 1-877-275-3342 or visit our website at www.fdic.gov.